How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about adding an authorized user to your credit card account or being added to one. This is otherwise known as Tradelines. Just to set expectations, it will improve your credit score a little bit over time. It will not suddenly just bump your credit score up really high by 100 points, let's say. All of this also depends on what your lender looks at in terms of credit score. Sometimes they might look at a different version, Vantage score 3.0, 2.0, FICO score 8 or 9, things like that. All of those differ a little bit, and adding an authorized user, depending on the version that they look at, will affect it or not at all actually. Based on my previous videos where I showed I have a really high credit score of above 820, multiple people and individuals have asked me if they can pay me so that I can add them to my credit report. This is in a way to help them improve their credit score. Now, of course, I refuse all of these because I don't really believe in adding other people to my own personal credit report when I don't even know the person at all. There's probably minimal risk if I don't issue them a credit card, but it's also the principle of the matter I didn't really like. It doesn't rub me very well. In any case, if you are in the position to add someone to your credit line, here are the things to consider. The first one is if you want to add a child, they must be between age 13 and 16. Different cards have different requirements, so you'll have to just check with your credit card if you can do so. You also need to figure out if adding them to your credit card will actually get reported to the credit bureaus, which in turn will mean if their credit report will actually improve or not. Generally, the bigger branches will report the authorized user activity to the credit bureaus. Before you actually go and add an authorized user, you have to note that you are legally responsible for their purchases and fees that are incurred. This is probably the point that made me not want to add anyone, just in case there's some loopholes that I don't know about where they can somehow get a credit card so that they can charge it all on my account. Then I'd be responsible for whatever more the fees that they paid me in order to add them. So I just don't want to deal with that at all. You could also set up a charge limit alert. Just in case there's a really large charge on the authorized user credit card, then you can actually review and see what's going on. Now you can actually add a person to your credit report and not actually issue a new card so that they can take it and spend it anywhere they like. When you do this, the authorized user cannot go and order themselves a card either. So you're safe that way if you choose not to issue a card. This is what some credit repair agencies like to do, is just find some other person that has really good credit score and then add the person that they're trying to fix onto their credit via a payment to the person, of course. This just doesn't feel right to me. I think there's other ways to improve your credit. I have other videos. I'll leave one right here on how to actually improve your credit on your own. If you add an authorized user, you only get one bill as well, and it always goes to the primary card holder. Now, if you do add an authorized user and they have a credit card and they can go and spend whatever they want, you need to have a plan for whatever purchases that gets on the card. How can they pay you back on that credit card? You want some contingency plan, because if they go around maxing out their credit card, who's going to be responsible to pay it? Legally, the primary account holder is supposed to pay for it. If the authorized user just kind of runs away and never refuses to pay, well, you can't really do anything about it. The last thing is, as a primary account holder that you add someone, you actually will not see their name on your own credit report. It just looks as if there's no authorized user. So if you're able to convince someone with a really high credit score to add you into the credit line, then it's actually usually a very good thing. It can actually improve your credit score a little bit over time if that credit card account is handled well, such as paying on time every single month. However, if you get added to a credit card and the primary account holder is not very responsible and sometimes they miss a payment or two, it can actually negatively affect your own credit score. Of course, like I mentioned before, the negativity really depends on the credit scoring model that the lender is actually using. When they look at certain ones, it may or may not affect you. Of course, if you find that it's actually negatively affecting you, you can go and track down every single credit bureau, the 3 of them, and then ask to have that mark removed because it's not actually part of your credit. So if you look at if being added is actually good for you, generally the case is yes, it's good. Even if it's bad, you can make it good. I hope this helps you understand more about authorized users and trade lines in general. If you're interested in supporting this channel, I have an Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook, and if you cancel before the trial period ends, you can still keep the audiobook and you can still help benefit this channel. I also have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.